Now, another case of people desperate to see racism where sometimes it does not exist has popped up in Tasmania, where a shop has been selling horror of horrors, golliwogs. So it's nothing more sinister than this shop selling golliwogs, but this has become another front in the culture wars. And Alderman for Clarence Council in Hobart, Alderman Blomeley, has come under fire because he posted on Facebook or social media in support of the shop, saying it's wonderful that the PC brigade haven't taken total control. Now, this has caused a stir with claims that golliwogs are condescending towards African people and offensively racist. And the alderman cited the history of golliwogs to argue that they're not racist, but rather just dearly loved old-fashioned dolls. It gets worse, though. Today, we learned that Alderman Blomeley has lost his ambassadorship for a mental health foundation on the grounds of this racism. This is a bloke who used to head up the Migrant Resources Centre. So declaring your fondness for golliwogs, selling them or defending them, is racist now, just like eating coon cheese or buying colonial beer. This is going to end somewhere at some time for sure, but there's no end in sight yet, is there? And who knows how much more crazy it will get. Let's cross to Hobart and a critic of Alderman Blomeley, the Chief Executive of the Multicultural Council of Tasmania, Duncan Spender. Thanks for joining us, Duncan. What is so wrong with an alderman's...
Thanks for having me.
No worries. What's so wrong with an alderman pointing out that he had golliwogs as a child and doesn't see anything racist about them?
I think we should be clear here that Alderman Blomeley was trying to pick a fight. He didn't just say, it's good that this store's selling golliwogs. I had one as a child. I love them. He explicitly tried to pick a fight by talking about the PC brigade. Now, it took a while for anyone to react, and when they did, it was a pretty mild reaction from one member of my organisation who said he found those dolls offensive. So one person called up the ABC, and that then led the councillor to read out a pre-prepared press release. So he clearly had an idea he wanted to create a fight. He's talking about cancel culture, but there was no one cancelling this store, no one cancelling these gollywog dolls. He just wanted to pick up a fight.
Well, he's picked a fight and now he's lost his ambassadorship for mental health. That is an overreaction, isn't it?
You know what this position is. This is one of these made-up positions, a multicultural ambassador to a mental health foundation. It is a position made up by this organisation that they freely give and they're free to take away. It's not a paid position. This is not the cancel culture that we should really be concerned and talking about. When people lose their jobs, when people lose their businesses because they said something that is against someone's views, then that's legitimately a cause for concern. But this is an instance of someone trying to create a problem with a store, complaints about a store, and the complaints just didn't come.
All right, good.
This
so you're
really
someone from your
confected rage.
Someone from your organisation has criticised him on the radio, but you're saying that's an overreaction. There's no problem. Obviously, that person's entitled to their opinion, and so is the alderman. But there should be no problem with his support for golliwogs or for the golliwogs being sold at this shop.
I believe that people should be allowed to sell what they want, and people should be allowed to keep the dolls that they've had in their houses for decades. But that's different from the idea of intentionally going out to pick a fight. This one member of my organisation found the councillor's posting to be offensive, and in response the councillor started questioning when people find offence that they're genuine. Maybe if we wanted to actually progress some of these issues, it would be good to have some civil dialogue where we could actually listen to the people who don't like the dolls and find out what they think, and we could actually listen to the council and he can talk about his history of how he used to have a doll as a kid and thought they were perfectly fine. If we had a civil discussion, we might actually get somewhere, but at the moment, this is intentionally trying to stand on one extreme side of an argument to pick a fight to win some political points. I understand it. Politicians want to get some attention. This councillor clearly pre-planned getting this attention, but really, we can't pretend that he's the hurt party in all this. He's lost a made-up position, and he intentionally wanted this argument to arise to get a bit of attention, and he succeeded. So it's a bit of a non-issue, but it is a bit of a shame that people constantly get worked up about these issues. If you look at, as you've probably seen, social media on this issue, no one has been saying the store has to close, these golliwogs shouldn't be on sale anymore. All that's happened is there's hundreds of comments saying, don't take away my gollywog doll. No one's taking away anyone's gollywog doll.
Great.
We are scaring people to get some political points.
That is that is well said. Thanks for explaining that to us. I appreciate it, Duncan. Golliwogs are free. People are free to say what they like about golliwogs or buy them. Thanks for joining us.
But people are also free to say that they find them offensive, and we shouldn't just think that they're not being genuine when they make those points.
Indeed, they should explain why if they have that point of view. Thanks for joining us. Duncan Spender there, who's the Chief Executive of the Multicultural Council of Tasmania, trying to pour some soothing balm over that confected outrage, as he describes it, in Tasmania when it comes to golliwogs. I have not seen them around for a long while. I used to see them back when I was a kid, but that was a long time ago. It's when I had hair like a gollywog. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that one in the future.